Hi and welcome to a video on double tonguing. Now, double tonguing is a technique that maybe if you're playing jazz or commercial lead or styles like that, you're not going to actually have to use. I'd recommend everyone learn how to do it. I mean, especially if you want to get into freelance playing, which seems to be the way to go if you want to make a living from playing. You need to be versatile. So I'd suggest from that perspective you should do it. But there's also another reason why I'm a big fan of it. Now, you obviously when you're talking about the tongue and trumpet playing, you have to be very careful because everyone's different. So all I can talk about is my take on it, what I do, and then you may be the same, or there might be something else going on that you might be interested in checking out. Now, firstly, well, with the tongue, the lowering of the tongue after we've stopped the air. Now, Arbin says hermetically seal the mouth. Then, as you drop the tongue away, the air escapes. So that's why, in fact, his first exercise is with an accent and loud. There, you go and have a look at the front page of the Arbin. That's what he says in the description of the first exercise. Play with all the strength and brilliancy possible. That is because he wants you to take a big breath, seal the mouth off, and drop the tongue out of the way. Now, there's really not that much physical exertion going on there because the body's doing the work. Now, if you can recognize what part of the tongue is stopping the air and then releasing it, then we can recognize if I get you to say koala, kangaroo, we're Australian. Find out what part of the tongue is actually creating that sound. And then if you stop the air there in the same manner as I just did with the terp, if we go koala, okay, the air's caught behind the tongue, at the tongue, the further part back further in the mouth, the back of the tongue is basically hitting the roof of the mouth and cutting the air off, as opposed to that's the sound it makes. Hence the idea that we turk, and we could talk for hours and read a lot of different articles about, there's varying opinions of Darga, Turka. I don't want to get into that. If we've got the release of the air happening and the lips are relaxed, the air's going to strike the lips, and okay, the same thing's happening. Now, clearly the back of the tongue is further away from the lips than the forward part is, so the air has to travel further after release. That's why there's that little gap in time from the release, so the sound quality is often not as good on the K part of the double tongue than the top part. So we need to practice that more, because in the body you can try it now. Then disengage the vocal cords. Start off slowly. Okay, we're training the body, remember, we're reprogramming what our machine does. Then we can add the instrument, and this is where people find it quite difficult to do it on the instrument, because all of a sudden you'll find that you choke up and start overblowing to get the happening, and then you'll get a kind of thing going on. So how do we approach adding the instrument? Visualiser, the best tool that you can use. We're training the body to learn a new technique, so let's understand it, then we'll add the instrument. So we find the airstream, backswing, release, just become aware of the feeling of it. Then add the visualizer. Your airstream's coming out. You've watched the backswing and the slingshot videos. So we've worked on getting the air out. Now, the great thing about doing double tonguing when it comes to all of the exercises that you're doing is that you really can't force the air, because you'll find that you'll choke up if you push the air on your curt tongue. So really focus on what the body is doing, support, don't force, and then once you've used the visualizer, don't forget, don't let the chops tighten up, keep the air moving. Do the same with the mouthpiece, do the same with the lead pipe, do the same with the instrument, and your double tonguing will improve quickly and will sound terrific. Now remember, do it every day. Do it away from the instrument every day. Walk around. Rafael Mendez was known as Tucker, as he realized he couldn't double tongue and he really wanted to. So he walked around the place, practicing. And we all know what... well, if you don't know of Rafael Mendez, subscribe to the YouTube channel, go across there, and then type in Rafael Mendez, and you want to hear some double tonguing. That's what it's all about. And while on the subject of that, Rafael goes, air should not be forced more than in general conversation. And you can't force the air when you're double tonguing. And that's coming from the master. So check it out.